Hello friends, welcome to TYBAC class. In this semester, you are going to study 9 papers of mathematics. Among these 9 papers, I am going to teach you the 7th paper having subject code MT337A Operations Research. Till now, you have studied many papers of mathematics such as algebra, geometry, calculus, differential equation, numerical methods and so on. Now what is this operations research? Operation research came into existence during World War II. This World War II consists of many strategic problems. To deal with these strategic problems, many specialists in mathematics, statistics, engineering, physical sciences, defense, economics came together. Then, the term OR was coined as result of research on military operations during this war. So see, operations research. The term came as a result of research on these military operations during this war. So what is this operation research actually? This operation research is systematic analysis of complex problems in management of large systems of men, machines, materials, money, etc. in industry, business, organization, government, defense and so on. So these OR actually consist of the optimization techniques. What is meant by optimization? Either maximization or minimization. So which are the optimization techniques in this operations research? There are many optimization techniques such as linear programming, transportation model, assignment model, replacement, sequencing, inventory, queuing and so on. There are too many. Among these, in this semester, we are going to focus on these first 3 techniques, that is linear programming, transportation model and assignment model. So today we will start with the first optimization technique, that is linear programming problem. So what is this linear programming problem? Being the students of mathematics, you are very much familiar with the word problem, isn't it? So, you know this very well. What is linear? Linear means all the variables in that problem must be of degree 1. No higher powers are allowed. So, linear refers to all variables in that problem are of degree 1. What is programming? The word programming refers to step-by-step procedure. Step-by-step procedure means it is algorithm, or it requires planning and decision making. So, every word has some special meaning in that. So, what is actual this linear programming? Linear programming is most prominent optimization technique useful in determining the optimal allocation of resources in achieving the objective or goal, which is generally maximizing the profit or minimizing the cost. So this linear programming, it is one of the optimization technique and it is useful in determining the optimal allocations of resources in achieving the objective, that is goal or aim. And what is the aim? It is already maximizing the profit or revenue, whatever it may be, or minimizing the cost. That is nothing but linear programming problem. This linear programming problem consists of mainly three basic components. The first one is known as decision variables. Decision variables are the variables which we want to determine, or we want to find the values of the variables. So these are decision variables. So these are the variables which we want to determine. The second one is nothing but objective function. Objective function, it is a linear function of decision variables which is to be optimized. that is maximized if it is profit or revenue and minimize if it is cost. So that is second one, and the third one is constraints. What are constraints? Each constraint is linear equality or inequality in terms of decision variables and shows the limitations on use of resources. So every LPP has three basic components. The first one is decision variables, that is the variables which we want to determine. The second one is objective function, that is what is our aim, what is our object or goal, that is generally optimization of function. The function may be maximize profit or revenue or minimize the cost. And the third is constraint. Each constraint is linear equality or inequality in terms of decision variables, and that shows the limitations on use of resources. In addition to all of these, the non-negativity constraints are associated with each variable xi. That is, each variable xi must have value greater than or equal to 0. That is non-negativity constraint. So, LPP consists of decision variables, objective function, constraints and non-negativity constraints. So every real world problem is a verbal description or numerical data. We will convert that numerical data or verbal description into mathematical expression which relates the decision variables, objective function and constraint, non-negativity constraints with each other. Converting this verbal description and numerical data into mathematical expression is known as formulation of linear programming problem. So what is formulation of LPP? Formulation of linear programming problem means converting the verbal description and numerical data of problem into mathematical expression which relates the decision variables, objective function and constraints with each other. So any real world problem, we are going to convert it in mathematical expression. That is, we are going to formulate the LPP. So let us consider some examples to get the idea what is meant by formulation of LPP. So consider the first example. A firm manufactures two products A and B. To produce product A, it requires 15 minutes in plant 1 and 25 minutes in plant 2. To produce product B, it requires 40 minutes in plant 1 and 20 minutes in plant 2. Plant 1 can operate at most 600 minutes a day and plant 2 can operate at most 660 minutes a day. The profit on product A and product B is rupees 15 and 25 respectively. Formulate this problem as linear programming problem to find how many units of product A and B should be manufactured each day to get maximum profit. See the problem. This is totally verbal description of the problem. This verbal description we are going to convert into mathematical expression, and that is nothing but formulation of LPP. So we want to formulate the problem, means we want to convert this verbal description into mathematical expression. Every LPP has three components: decision variable, objective function and constraint. So first thing is you have to find the decision variables. So identify the decision variables. How to identify the decision variables? See the problem, what is aim? See the aim. Ask that find how many units of product A and B should be manufactured. So this question gives us idea that our decision variables must be number of units of product A and product B. So decision variables are determined according to the question. It is asked how many units of product A and B are to be manufactured. So we assume X and Y. So suppose that X is the number of units of product A to be manufactured each day. And suppose that Y is the number of units of product B to be manufactured each day. So these x and y are known as decision variables because we want to determine the values of those variables, and therefore x and y are known as decision variables. Decide the values of these variables x and y. These x and y must take values greater than or equal to 0 because what are they? They are the products A and B. So company will not manufacture negative products, obviously implies that the number of units of A and B should be greater than or equal to 0. So we have the constraint that x must be greater than or equal to 0 and y should be greater than or equal to 0. This is known as non-negativity condition or non-negativity restrictions. So with every variable there is associated the non-negativity restriction, that is x greater equal 0 and y greater equal to 0. So our first step, we defined the decision variables, identified the decision variables. Now the second step is construct the objective function. Objective function means what is our aim, what is our goal. What is our aim? We want to get maximum profit. So our aim is to maximize profit. Suppose that, let us assume that Z denotes the profit. Z denote the profit. Now, see the profit how many? The profit on product A and B is given to be 15 and 25 respectively. So, on 1 unit of product A, the profit is 15 rupees. Therefore, we are taking x units of product A and therefore x units of product A has profit 15x rupees. Similarly, 1 unit of product B gives profit 25 rupees. Therefore, y units of product B gives profit 25 y rupees. Therefore, the profit on x units of A and y units of B is 15x plus 25y, and we want to maximize this. So, which is to be maximized. So, what is objective function? Objective function is maximize Z is equal to 15x plus 25y. This is our objective function. We want to maximize Z because we have assumed Z to be profit. We want to maximize the profit, and what is the profit? It is 15x plus 25y because 1 unit of product A gives 15 rupees profit, x units gives 15x. 1 unit of B gives 25 rupees profit, so y units will be give 25y rupees. The total profit on x units of A and y units of B is obviously 15x plus 25y, and which we want to maximize. So our objective function is maximize Z is equal to 15x plus 25y. That is our second step. First step is finding decision variables. Second step is construct the objective function. So we get the objective function as maximize Z is equal to 15x plus 25y. Now we want the third step, and the third step is construct or formulate the constraints. What are constraints? Constraints are nothing but limitations on resources. So see what are the constraints. See that to produce this product A, there are two plants, plant 1 and plant 2. So, and these plants can operate at the most 600 minutes a day. A and plant 2 can operate at the most 660 minutes a day. So, there are limitations on the time. they can be used at the most 600 minutes or 660 minutes respectively, and therefore due to this time constraint we are having the time constraint. And what are the time constraints? See the first one. The first is that 1 unit of product A, 1 unit of product A requires 15 minutes in plant 1. So we are finding firstly constraints on plant 1. 1 unit of product A requires 15 minutes on plant 1. So how many units we have prepared? X units. So X units of product A will require 15x minutes in plant 1. Similarly, see 1 unit of product B. It requires 1 unit of product B requires 40 minutes in plant 1, and therefore Y units of product B will require 40 Y minutes in plant 1. So how many total minutes required in plant 1? The total time required is for plant 1 is 15x plus 40y, but plant 1 can operate only at the most 600 minutes. Because it is at the most 600 minutes, therefore we have the constraint 15x plus 40y less equal 600. Because it is at the most, we get the condition less equal. So 15x plus 40y less than or equal to 600. This is first constraint due to plant 1. Similarly, consider the time constraint due to plant 2. See what happens in plant 2. 1 unit of product A requires 25 minutes in plant 2. Therefore, X units of product A requires 25x minutes in plant 2. Similarly, 1 unit of product B requires 20 minutes in plant 2. Therefore, Y units of product B requires 20y minutes in plant 2. So, total time required in plant 2 is 25x plus 20y, but plant 2 can operate at the most 660 minutes a day, and therefore we have the constraint 25x plus 20y less than or equal to 660, because we are using this at the most. So at the most 660 minutes are there, and therefore the at the most constraint is related with this sign less than or equal to. So plant 1 has this constraint, plant 2 has this constraint. We get both constraints, and therefore lastly we will formulate the total LPP. So finally we will write down the LPP. So what is the total LPP? The LPP is written as objective function, that is maximize z is equal to 15x plus 25y subject to the constraints 15x plus 40y less than or is equal to 600, 25x plus 20y less than or is equal to 660, and xy both greater than or equal to 0. This is known as formulation of linear programming problem. So every linear programming problem has this form, that is objective function, which is linear function of decision variables, constraints which are also linear functions of decision variables, may be equality or inequality, and the non-negativity constraint, that is decision variables greater than or equal to 0. So this is our last final answer, that is formulation of the linear programming problem. So we have considered maximization as it is profit, because optimization techniques has either maximization or minimization. Whenever it is profit or revenue, we will maximize, but if it is cost, we have to minimize. So we will consider one example for minimization case. So consider second example. Food X contains 4 units of vitamin A per gram, 7 units of vitamin B per gram, and costs rupees 15 per gram. Suppose food Y contains 6 units of vitamin A per gram, 11 units of vitamin B per gram, and costs rupees 22 per gram. The minimum daily requirement of vitamin A and vitamin B is 90 and 130 units respectively per day. Formulate this as LPP to determine how many grams of food X and Y should a sick person consume daily, so as to minimize the daily expenditure on him. So see, we want to formulate this problem, means we want to convert this verbal description into mathematical expression which relates decision variable, objective function and constraint with each other. Now what are the decision variables? It determine according to given problem. We want to determine how many grams of food X and Y should he consume. So this question gives us the idea of decision variables. The question, we are using them as decision variables. So what are X and Y? These are the decision variable. X is number of grams of food X that should be consumed per day. And what is Y? That is number of grams of food Y that should be consumed per day. So these X and Y are nothing but decision variables. That is, we want to determine the values of those variables. So X is number of grams of food X. Even you are able to get this idea according to cost, because cost or profit, whatever occurs in that example. Here the cost of X and Y is given. So obviously the decision variable should be X and Y. If the profit is given about X and Y, the decision variables are X and Y. So profit and cost word gives us idea about decision variables also. So once you get decision variables, these decision variables should be greater than or equal to 0. That is our non-negativity restriction. Because they can't take negative values, they should be greater than or equal to 0. So this is non-negativity constraint. Now what is our next step? That is formulate the objective function. Objective function means what is our optimum, that is maximum or minimum. Here we want to minimize. So our objective function is minimization and minimization of cost, and therefore let us assume Z denote the cost. So see the cost for 1 gram of food X cost 15 rupees. 1 gram of food X costs 15 rupees, implies that X gram of food X cost 15x rupees. Similarly, 1 gram of food Y costs 22 rupees, and therefore Y gram of food Y cost 22y rupees. Therefore, X grams of food X and Y grams of food Y costs totally 15x plus 22y rupees, and this cost we want to minimize, so which is to be minimized. So what is our objective function? Objective function is minimize Z is equal to 15x plus 22y. This is objective function. Minimize Z is equal to 15x plus 22y. Now to find constraints. Constraints are according to requirements. This is minimum requirement. So that should be satisfied. So the constraints will be on vitamin A and vitamin B. So see the constraint on vitamin A. For vitamin A, what will be the constraint? So see what is given. Food X contains 4 units of vitamin A per gram. So 1 gram of X contains 4 units of vitamin A. Therefore, X grams of food X contains 4x units of vitamin A. Similarly, 1 gram of food Y contains 6 units of vitamin A. Therefore, Y grams of food Y contains 6y units of vitamin A. Total vitamin A required is 4x plus 6y. But minimum requirement of vitamin A is 90 units. And therefore, because this is minimum required, 4x plus 6y should be greater than or equal to 90. Observe that because this is minimum requirement, the constraint is greater than or equal to, because 90 is minimum and therefore 4x plus 6y should be greater than or equal to 90. This is first constraint due to vitamin A. Now consider the constraint due to vitamin B on similar lines. Now you will get the idea. 1 gram of food X contains 7 units of vitamin B. Therefore, x grams of food X contains 7x units of vitamin B. Similarly, 1 gram of food Y contains 11 units of vitamin B, and therefore Y gram of food Y contains 11 Y units of vitamin B. So how much total units of vitamin B? 7x plus 11y. But minimum requirement of vitamin B is minimum requirement of vitamin B is 130 units. So what we get? 7x plus 11y should be greater than or equal to 130. This is constraint on vitamin B. Observe that because this is minimum requirement, we get the inequality which is greater than or equal to. So 7x plus 11y greater than or equal to 130. We have constraints, objective function, non-negativity constraint. The total together gives our last formulation of LPP. So what is the last LPP? Writing together all the constraint. It is minimum Z is equal to the final LPP. We will write down this as minimum Z is equal to 15x plus 22y subject to constraint 4x plus 6y greater than or equal to 90. This is constraint on vitamin A. On vitamin B, it will be 7x plus 11y greater than or equal to 130. And non-negativity constraints, x greater than or equal to 0 and y greater than or equal to 0. This is the final LPP, which consists of decision variables x and y, which are linear, objective function which is also linear, and constraints are also linear. All are linear, and therefore this is known as linear programming problem. Variables, objective function as well as constraints all are linear, so the problem is known as linear programming problem. So any general linear programming problem has the format that is LPP can be written as optimize. Optimize means either maximize or minimize Z, which is equal to C1x1 plus C2x2 plus Cnxn. There are n decision variables x1 to xn subject to the constraints a11 x1 plus a12 x2 plus a1n xn either less than or equal to or greater than or equal to b1. a21 x1 plus a22 x2 plus a2n xn either less than or equal to or greater than or equal to b2, etc. Suppose there are m constraints, so I get am1 x1 plus am2 x2 plus amn xn either less than or equal to or greater than or equal to bm, where all decision variables x1, x2, x3, xn greater than or equal to 0. So this is known as general linear programming problem in n decision variables and m constraints. N decision variables are there and m constraints are there, and therefore where C1, C2, Cn are nothing but constants. So optimize means either maximize or minimize. X1, X2, Xn are decision variables. They should be non-negative. So greater than or equal to 0. This is our non-negativity constraint. All these m constraints are there. So these are nothing but constraints. This is nothing but objective function. Optimize, that is maximize or minimize, and x1, x2, xn are decision variables. So every linear programming problem has generally this form. It may be, every constraint may be inequality, may be less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or it may be equality. So any one of these sign can be there in each of the constraint. So this is the total formulation of LPP. Hope you understood these concepts. Enough for the day. Thank you. Happy learning.